Well, hello there, motherfuckers. You know, had a bad Raw. Just did a review right there, and it was fucking shit. I'm not gonna scream and yell again about it because I've already screamed my lungs out. I've already said I already have to say about it. But now it's time for a more general perspective on things. How much longer are we gonna watch this? And more specifically, I'm talking about myself. Some people on my channel who are younger, they haven't watched as much wrestling as me. I'm 28 years old right now. So I really have to ask myself, how much longer am I going to tolerate this fucking wrestling piece of shit? I mean, seriously, guys, how long are we supposed to watch this show for? I mean, it doesn't get any better. It keeps sucking for short, brief spurts, almost like a fucking flash of light. It gets better, but then it gets worse. And then it gets really bad, really, really fucking bad. And then there's one match and there's hope. It's like a gleam of light opening up, in a distant fucking cave that you've been wandering in for months and trying to find your way out. And finally the light. And then you finally get to the light. And it was just a lantern, it's not a way out at all, but just a little bit of light. And that's how it is being a wrestling fan. It's like almost thinking that you're out of the shithole, but you're still in it. Just little mirages, glimpse of hopes. Just we have visions of wrestling being better again. That's all they are. They're just visions. It's just wishful thinking. Really, is what it could be best described as. When we say wrestling will get, we have no proof of this. No one has any proof. Just like they say, if a person's going through rough times in their life, they're saying, things are going to get better. You don't know that things are going to get better. It's just something you say. Just something you say because you don't want to be sitting there as a wrestling fan. You enjoy wrestling. You enjoy the concept of wrestling. You enjoy, the history of wrestling, much like myself. And these are all the reasons I've gave throughout the years of why I keep watching. The history, the lineage, the hope that one day it will be as good, if not better, or maybe close to being as good as it used to be. But now it's been years and years and years, and the product has not been good. I see a very popular response from a lot of people as they feel wrestling hit a downturn in 2007. That is not so in my case. Wrestling, in my opinion, the quality deteriorated long before 2007. I'd say you could definitely see a downturn in quality in 2002. Definitely, you could see where things went off the rails. You could see that the excitement in wrestling dying down a lot. And many people debate this, and that's what's great about wrestling. We could even debate it, but it's sad that we're debating the downturn of wrestling. And I think people give a lot of moments throughout wrestling that weren't that bad, a lot of grief, when really what we should be criticizing the most is the fucking current product. And I see people try everything in their power to try to defend it, try to justify it. And then you got people like me who stand right here and I ain't fucking defending it at all. That shit's for the fucking birds. I ain't fucking defending this wrestling product at all. It's fucking shit. It's horrible. You got some decent talent. You got guys who know how to wrestle, but they're not being properly utilized. So when you got, these people who think they know it all and they're talking shit about, Kevin Owens not, being able to, be the guy to be the world champion or whatever. The guy's got good wrestling ability, but they're not giving him enough of a platform. You can see that, shines of brilliance or, from the guy, that he's talented. The guy could talk, but, he needs help. As I said, you can't just leave it all up to the talent. They can't just leave, it all up to the talent because the thing is it's scripted. So when it's scripted, the wrestlers, can't really do too much, especially when it's as scripted as it is nowadays. Not like back in the day where they were allowed to improvise a little bit. Now they got to stick to a strict script. They can't really do that much. they're very, very, narrowed in, they're boxed in, and they have to perform in a certain way, and they're not comfortable doing that. And you know from your prior experiences at work, if you guys work, I hope some of you guys work. You know that when you're at work and you have to work in that box and under that close supervision, and there's a lot of pressure on you to perform in a certain way, and you're not comfortable. When you're not comfortable, you're not going to perform well, and you're not going to do well. And that's the case with the WWE. And that's really it. There's no really ifs, ands, or buts. That is the reason. When people are asked to perform in a certain way that they're not feeling comfortable with, they're not going to perform well. So my question is, with that in mind, and the fact that the shit hasn't been good for so long, I mean, the Attitude Era, which you could debate lasted till like 2001, for example. Um, you know, it hasn't been good since the Attitude Era. The ratings have been down. They started going down in 2001. We all saw that. And the thing is, it hasn't been good. That means in fucking 14 years, 15 years, you could say. 15 goddamn fucking years. Over a decade and a half of shit. So I don't really get it. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to sit here and just fucking handle it? Or are we supposed to just stand there and just keep watching this shit and pretending like it's good and that one day it's going to get better? Or are we going to wake up and face reality and fucking realize, hey, this shit fucking sucks, fucking cock, and it ain't getting better. It's progressively getting worse. And yes, I know that there's been injuries to Rollins and everything, but the storylines weren't going anywhere anyway. And even long before Rollins or anybody even came into this company, this shit was sucking dick. This shit was sucking dick when CM Punk was there. This shit was sucking dick when Undertaker was wrestling full time. So I don't want to hear any of those fucking excuses from anybody. More videos to come on this. I got something to do right now. I'm headed out, but yeah, I'm gonna do some more videos maybe later on today. So yeah, so we got to think about this, guys. Think about it.